WrestleMania in LA. Talk about geek out moment. I was at WrestleMania, man. It was awesome.
What did you get to do down at WrestleMania?
Well, not only did we get to talk to a bunch of WWE superstars, which is it's all on the site, and got to talk to a bunch of guys like Shelton Benjamin and Christian and Kurt Angle and even Stacy Keibler, yes. And but we also got to check out the new THQ wrestling game Day of Reckoning 2 and saw a little bit of WrestleMania 21 as well while we were down there. So it was a lot. And of course we went to WrestleMania 21 and it was fantastic.
What can you tell us about Day of Reckoning 2? How does it stack up with the last game?
Well, it's certainly got a tough act to follow. Day of Reckoning was a great, wrestling game on the GameCube, and this game is pretty interesting. They're adding a few new twists to the sort of in-ring action. You have a stamina meter, and as your stamina goes down, you'll see guys sort of tire, and they'll sort of be lumbering around the ring, and they won't be able to pull off moves. So they're really taking into consideration how you work a match, and whether you go for a quick pin with lots of moves early and risk maybe tiring out, or sort of pace yourself as the match goes on. There's also some new submission moves that's all controlled on the GameCube controller C-stick, where you can pull off different types of moves by moving the stick in one direction or the other, and there's a lot of control you have over what kind of moves you place on a guy once he's down on the mat. So there's some new moves, so they're looking to add a little bit more strategy to how you approach the game in the ring, and of course it's looking really good too. It's looking like a sharp game.
Very cool. Are you up for taking some WrestleMania questions, maybe?
Sure.
All right, cool. WrestleMania 21. Joel Halsey, Covington, Louisiana. He wants to know, most wrestling games have been simple button mashers. Other than reversals, does WrestleMania 21 bring anything new to the table?
Well, certainly the reversals are a big part of it. I think that's probably one of the biggest in-ring selling points of the game. But I think one of the other things that maybe people aren't talking about as much is WrestleMania 21 has Xbox Live support. Not only can you take your created wrestlers online and wrestle with guys all over the world, but you can create a belt, and you can take that online, and you can either win somebody else's belt that they've created, or lose the belt that you've created. So
no way.
Yeah, they're doing all sorts of crazy. They're finally waking up to the fact that people really want online wrestling, and they're taking advantage of it. So it seems pretty cool.
Can you make multiple belts? Can I just keep on generating them, or?
I think. I may be wrong about this, but I think if you create a belt and you lose it, you lose it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you may be able to create another belt later on, but if you have this favorite belt and you put it up, put it up for grabs in the match, you may lose it permanently.
Does that mean if I go online, I can win a bunch of belts from different people?
I think that's how it works, yeah. Cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Our man Sajid Merchant, another regular writer from Stafford, Texas. WrestleMania 21 has been delayed a couple of times already, and now the release date is set for April 21st. Is that a set in stone date? Is pretty much what he's asking.
As far as I know, it's kind of disappointing. I know that THQ was probably disappointed they didn't get the game out in time for WrestleMania, but as far as I know, that date looks pretty solid.
Because that's the game they were playing there, right? In the Superstar Challenge. Was that WrestleMania 21?
Yes, that's right, yeah. And we actually got to check that out, and that was pretty fun, seeing all those guys playing video games. One of the things was, I remember Christian yelling, "How do you pin in this game?" Half of them didn't even know how to pin in the game. So take that for what it's worth.
I have one last question for you. It's Matt from Portland, Oregon. He says, can Brian, the sports boy Ekberg, truly bring it?
Wow. I think it's already been brought in.
It's hard to match that energy, huh?
That's right.
Bring it! Yeah, anyways. So, we're about to run the clip of the Superstar Challenge. Can you tell us exactly what it was, and who was your favorite wrestler to talk to?
Yeah, I mean, there were 16 superstars there. They're all competing in a tournament, playing WrestleMania 21, and they had the tournament, and then we got to talk to the superstars afterwards. So. It was great. We talked to several guys. My favorite, I think we're going to show Shelton Benjamin. He was great. He's a huge gamer, as you've seen from the interview. If you've seen the interview, you'll know he's a huge gamer. He's won the darn tournament 3 times in a row, so he knows what he's doing, and he knows games, which makes for a great interview.
And he actually came up and interrupted you while you were recording something,
Yeah,
right?
We were doing like an outro or whatever you call it, and he comes up to us and interrupts me, and I was a little mad. I was going to try to kick his butt. Then I looked at him. I said, "No, sir."
All right, well, thanks for coming by, Brian.
Thanks, my pleasure.
Be sure to check out all of the WrestleMania 21 and Day of Reckoning 2 coverage on their respective game spaces, and read the baseball roundup and watch the video of Rosenbag and the Sports Boy after the show. Right now, though, we have a clip of the WWE Superstar Challenge me and Homer threw together, who got to go on the trip to WrestleMania with you. It was just a whole bunch of great trips over this last week. So check it out and send in some questions for Destroy All Humans. Here's the clip.
We're only 3 days away from WrestleMania 21, which is being held in downtown LA this year, Hollywood, Staples Center. But we're not here to talk about WrestleMania 21, the real event. We're here to talk about THQ's WrestleMania 21 for Xbox. Tonight, the THQ Superstar Challenge is pitting 16 of the biggest names in WWE are here competing WrestleMania 21 for Xbox tournament.
He is the Intercontinental Champion. Please welcome Shelton Benjamin. He is the legend killer. He is the one, the only, Randy Orton. He is the animal, Batista. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Eugene. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, it's RVD from He's the most charismatic superstar on Raw today. Please welcome Captain Charisma, Christian. There's only one, Big Show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Big Red Machine, John Cena. Please welcome to the stage, the Hurricane. 41. Please welcome Stacy's Healer. Please welcome from Toronto, Chris Stratton. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Jackie. Please welcome to the stage, from Raw, Lita.
So that's the THQ Superstar Challenge. Once again, Shelton Benjamin beats Kane. Second year in a row, Shelton Benjamin takes the title.
Third year.
Yeah,
in a row.
but second year that you beat Kane, right?
Second year that I
That's
beat
right.
Kane, but-
We got impromptu Shelton Benjamin interview. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Wow. How's it feel to be the champ 3 years in a row?
It's a proud moment for me and my family. You know, for the third time in a row, my hours and hours of laziness sitting on the couch watching TV are paying off in a big way.
That was Shelton Benjamin, three-time champion of the THQ Superstar Challenge. Now we got John Cena on the stage here at the House of Blues performing with his band, and he's tearing it up, man. Let's take a look. So here we are, Thursday night. It's only night one of the WrestleMania weekend. We'll be here all weekend covering everything that goes on. We got the Hall of Fame celebration. We got all sorts of crazy stuff. And, of course, WrestleMania 21 on Sunday, Staples Center. I'm so excited I can't believe it. I'm Brian Eckberg, Gamespot Sports.